my Finna love, sisters Finna D, coming to you all from Finna News. Thank you, Real Housewives of Atlanta fans, for keeping us #1 as we trended, on Twitter for our Bravo season 13 premiere. And thank you, Tim Twirl, for making me the only cast member to trend all night on Twitter. Carlos King is the only single cast member flex for me. She flexing alright, again carrying the season on her back. Kenya responded, he 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 he. Had to emphasize that part, laughing face emoji. She is still trending. Stay mad because someone says something negative. Who else would be? Kenya is the face of the show. Never be afraid to be vulnerable, as it is a strength, not a weakness. #Queen. Now, what people have to understand is Kenya is a businesswoman. That's why when people get so angry and about to get a heart attack and send themselves to the hospital, arguing back and forth online and all of that, it's like that woman is at more manner, chilling, relaxed, laughing all the way to the bank. Because while people are thinking, oh my God, Twitter was so mean, it was all negative, oh my gosh, Kenya was trending because people were being so mean. That's how she sees it, and that's why they can't stand her, because they want to break her. They want her to cry. They want to see her broken. They want to destroy her, but it doesn't work because her strength is unmatched. So while people thought they were dragging her and she was going to have a bad night, this, that, and the third, this is what she sees. Good or bad, I was trending. That's good for business. Bravo has gone above and beyond to make other people the center of attention on this show and give Kenya the bad editing and all of that. I'm not saying Kenya is perfect, but we already know Bravo can't stand her, but she's good business and she's good TV. They did all of that last night, and all Kenya did was pop in for 1 or 2 scenes and she was trending. There's more deeper and important things in life than to be trending on Twitter. But the reason why it's important for Bravo is because 13 seasons later, are people still talking about our show? Do they still care? Are we still relevant? And who is the driving force? Kenya Moore. Who was trending? Kenya Moore. Who was trending days before the premiere? Kenya Moore, because of her interview. Who is still trending and people are still talking about on the blog pages after the episode? Kenya Moore, not anyone else. And that right there is good for business. However, Bravo, year after year, refused to give her the respect that she deserved, refused to realize that, and that's why I can't wait for her to collect her coins and quit this show, because they do not deserve her. I recorded some parts of this right after the episode, and I recorded some parts the day after. So if I'm saying last night, just know that I'm talking about Sunday. A little late, better late than never. So let's talk about it. Okay, so my review is going to be all over the place, and I probably won't hit every single thing that happened on the Real Housewives of Atlanta season 13, episode 1 last night, only because I have talked about most of these things. For example, if you go to the Real Housewives of Atlanta playlist, you will see all of my posts about Portia being out there protesting, the tear gas, all of that. You will see all of those posts. And every time that I posted about Portia out there protesting, every single one of those posts were flagged, blocked. I was threatening to take it down. All types of things happened, so that's the reason why I'm just going to post the cast image and not Portia actually being out there protesting, because YouTube have gotten so sensitive and I'm not trying to get my videos flagged any longer. So I'm not going to go into details about that because you can watch those videos. This wasn't the first part of the episode, but since I brought it up, let me just say this. Yes, raising awareness is amazing, okay? You don't have to take a camera to feed the homeless, right? There are times where people feel like, oh, you could have just fed the homeless. I did something nice without saying, look at me, I did something nice. But sometimes taking the camera to show that I fed the homeless today, I did A, B, and C, is those things and those moments are used to encourage others that you can do the same thing. This is what I did today. It's used as inspiration because we also live in a very visual type of day and age where people feel like if it's not seen, that means it is not done, okay? And people make speculation all the time. Oh, A, B, and C, they were following each other. They don't follow each other anymore, or this, that, and the third is happening. So people make assumptions based on what they see on social media or what they see, period. So I completely understand those people who are saying, Portia was doing this for a storyline because of how last season ended. She was allegedly drunk. The way how she came for Eva, it wasn't a good look. And then her back and forth with, Dennis and their relationship just not going in the direction that she wants it to go. It also wasn't a good look in that people really didn't care about her situation with Dennis, which if you do go to the Real Housewives of Atlanta playlist, you will also see those videos of people leaving comments saying that they skipped whenever Portia and Dennis parts came on their screen. Portia said, hey, I can change my narrative. I can change my narrative, and this is the perfect moment to do it, and so I'm going to do it. And that's exactly what she did. And Bravo said, perfect. Perfect, Portia. We will be there with the cameras. You record on your phone, but we will also be out there because right now we have one of our stars, okay, who's no longer with the franchise, that girl over there, accusing us of racism. We have people whispering and all of these different things of mistreatment of the black cast and so much going on. We have to prove to America that we are not racist. So absolutely, Portia, we are behind you, which brings me to the ratings, okay? Now, we're going to talk more about Portia and Bravo and all of that, but people can see through the BS. So kudos to Portia for what she did. Kudos to Portia for using her platform. Kudos to Bravo for just airing almost everything that happened and being so detailed. But people also were turned off and complained about the moment because they felt like it wasn't sincere, and that led them to change their channel. They felt like Bravo was just trying too hard to be like, look at us, we like black people, which no one said Bravo and the producers don't like black people. I'm just going by the comments I saw on Twitter, okay? Because they have the Real Housewives of Atlanta, they have the Potomac Girls, they have Married to Medicine and all of that, okay? So Bravo have a lot of shows that show that they are inclusive. So I'm not coming for Bravo. I'm just telling you what social media was saying, that it just felt like they were just doing too much to prove, look at us, we're not, what people are saying we are. And because of that turned some of the viewers off and people did not watch. The Real Housewives of Atlanta is still the highest rated show on the network. 13 seasons later, kudos to the girls, okay? The first episode of every season normally is not as high. So that's one. Two, the dates change. Most people are used to the show coming on in November. The show is coming on in now December because of the pandemic. Pandemic, okay? Speaking of the pandemic, I want to give a quick shout out to Louis Events Designs. If you click the very first link in the description below, it will take you to her channel. Subscribe. I'm not being paid for this. I was sitting and I'm like, what can I do to help small businesses going through it during this difficult time, especially businesses that rely on the public and events, okay? And now they can't due to the pandemic, okay? And so every other week, I'm going to give different businesses shout out. This is just my way of giving back. So no, this is not a paid promotion or ad or nothing. She is very talented, an amazing creator. What she does is basically you have an event and you want someone to create beautiful centerpieces for you. Or, for example, Cynthia Bailey wedding, right? Take a bland big haul and turn it into something glamorous and beautiful. That's what she does. But what she's doing on her YouTube channel is basically showing you, hey, you can go to the Dollar Tree, and get things for $1 and actually make beautiful centerpieces. You don't have to spend all this money. So she's doing DIY. Right now she have about 2 videos up, but she's very committed and will be posting probably 1 or 2 videos a week. So hang in there with her. We all have to start somewhere. She's been wanting to do YouTube for a long time, but she's been busy doing events. And now that the pandemic is here and you can have events like that in the more large events and things like that, now she have the time to share her talents on YouTube. So definitely click the link, subscribe, and thank you all for supporting. People might say, well, if there's a pandemic going on, that means most people are home, all of that. If you think about the Real Housewives of Atlanta, majority of the people who think about the Real Housewives of Atlanta, they think about drama, grown women arguing with each other, and all of those things, right? A lot of people are in a headspace of, you know what, I want positivity right now. That's not what I'm looking for, right? So that could also turn people off from wanting to tune into the Real Housewives of Atlanta. So this is season 13. It is season 13. Last season did okay with everybody there, okay? But last season numbers did not compare to a few seasons ago. And that's just the reality, okay? But it was just the first episode, so we shall see. Also, I understand that certain stories are people's stories, but when things become repetitive, like we just saw this last season, it's like, okay, next. Okay, so no disrespect to Candy's situation, but people felt like, okay, we already have heard this before. I'm going to talk more about Candy, but just quickly, we've heard this before. The father not being there, A, B, and C, all of that, okay? QueenYa situation, we just went through this last season. I'd say, so sorry, QueenYa, you're going through what you're going through. I'm talking about the audience. We just saw this last season. She did announce, and her husband, they announced that they were separated. Do we have to see her going to the attorney's office and all of that? Yes, because that is QueenYa's story. I'm just saying the viewers felt like it was being repetitive. Oh Lord, here we go again. Cynthia Bailey and Mike Hill. Same old, different day. But it's the first episode, so give the show a chance. Of course, let's see, Cynthia Bailey wedding, her conversation with her now husband Mike Hill, and all of that. Listen, I completely understand where Mike was coming from. Like, am I not enough? Are you getting married for people? I also understand Cynthia saying, listen, this is what I want. I truly believe in my heart that you are mine forever. I'm not ever doing this again. If it doesn't work out with you, I'm done. Yes, I said it with Peter Thomas, but I'm saying it for real this time. So I want it to go the way that I want it to go one time. I'm not trying to go to the court, get married, and then come and plan a whole. As I understand where she was coming from, but I also understand Mike Hill's side of, girl, you're being selfish. We're in the midst of a pandemic, 250 people, really? So I understand. But at the end of the day, since Cynthia Bailey wedding, there haven't been any reports that breaking news, 20 people from Cynthia Bailey wedding contracted, COVID. We haven't seen that. So it looks like all of security and health measures that she took to make sure her guests were safe and protected, it looks like everything went well. I understand the girls want to be a little sexy, freaky on the edge and all of that. But all of the other stuff about Candy doing the throat test and, oh, I actually like the throat test better because of what I do to my husband. Like, ew, we don't need to hear that. And then Cynthia talking about her stuff with, Mike Hill and the sound she was making. I'm like, come on, like, no. We're not trying to hear that, but those little cute moments here and there. Let's see. Candy, revisiting the situation with her ex. I know people be like, oh my gosh, here we go. Dragging old situations for a storyline. But Riley is going to college now, and she's going to need all of the financial support. So I completely understand and see why they are rehashing and bringing up old situations. And honestly, yes, I agree with Candy. This guy don't get to just waltz his way through life and driving a Bentley and just be like, oh yeah, I got a. You lie there with Candy, and the both of you had this beautiful child. Step up and take care of your responsibilities. So kudos to Candy for stepping up and going to the courts, and hopefully she gets every single penny. Now, I did see people coming for Todd on social media as he talked about fatherhood or had anything to say about Riley, but in the same breath, Todd also admitted to his situation with his daughter. So he didn't put himself on the high horse as if he's this model parent. He did address, hey, I came in my daughter's life later on because he didn't even know that he had a daughter. Most of you know Todd's story with his daughter, Kayla. So for the people saying, how dare you even speak on Riley's dad not being there for her when you weren't, it's not the same situation, because it was a moment where Todd didn't even know he had a daughter, and later on when he found out, he did his best to step up. So it's not the same. But I saw people dragging Todd for that. I had to save the best for last. No shade to anyone. Deserve Kenya in her moments. That's my opinion. So I understand that, listen, if I'm vulnerable and I'm honest and I'm emotional, this is like my real life and what I'm going through, it might and will help someone out there. There might be someone going through the same thing, and to see me be so brave and bold and on TV needed. If Kenya Moore of all people, strong Kenya Moore, can go through this, you know what? Then I'm not going to beat myself up. So I understand the uplifting side of it, but I also feel like the Real Housewife of Atlanta doesn't deserve that from Kenya because they don't appreciate her. All I'm saying, you walk up in there like a boss. This is what he wants. We're going to go through it, handle your situation, and don't give the Real Housewife of Atlanta any of that because they don't deserve it, because all they're going to do, the dragging A, B, and C. But Kenya doesn't care. She's been through this for years. She's a pro. So people talking about her on social media while she cashed her huge check, millions of dollars, and is putting in a pool and jacuzzi in her house and living in her mansion. The last thing she cares about right now are people on Twitter dragging her, okay? That woman was just hanging out with her family and all of that. Regardless if they end up together or not, everything looks great in her life. But the part about I went to New York and I was in the hotel, like those little details, Bravo doesn't deserve that. And the audience don't deserve that. They just don't. But I understand. I applaud her being vulnerable in her honesty, because that's what some people would do. They will come on the show. Like I said, Bravo doesn't deserve it. But even though Kenya is saying, however, this is my truth, I'm going to be authentic, I'm going to be real, and I'm going to tell my story regardless if I get dragged or whatever. I'm sure I'm helping, even if it's just one person. And that's something some people on that show can't say, because all they do is fake it. From the outside looking in, you can't tell someone how to tell their story, okay? So I will always respect QueenYa's decision, and I wish her and her family the best. I'm here for her attorney, basically telling her, girl, chin up, okay? You are a boss. You are QueenYa Moore. Like, get it together, sis. You know, that's basically what I've been saying. But it looks like on the season, when QueenYa said on the Wendy Williams show that she lost her way, okay, but that she is the prize and she's back and she knows that and all of that, that's what she was talking about. On the season, you see her crying, you see her still beating herself up, you see her thinking and feeling like she's a failure, even though she went above and beyond to save her marriage. You know, like I said, they're still legally married, so it's still not the end yet. But based on certain interviews, it's like conflicting. So we shall see, because that's the whole point. She wants us to watch, and that's why she's not giving 100% answer, because then what's the point of watching the season if she goes on these interviews and just give it all away? So I get it, but I'm happy that she's back. She knows that she is the prize. If you missed that video, it was the last video I posted on Wendy Williams. Sitting with Candy and Cynthia and talking about her ups and downs. You know, now, yes, let's not just ignore that Milo wasn't in the scene. You know, that part with Candy saying she didn't talk to QueenYa for a month. Cynthia saying she tried calling QueenYa a few times, no answer. Calling QueenYa on FaceTime and QueenYa not being able to hear her and joking about her connection. You know, asking Milo to call her and them joking about Milo being blocked. You know, Milo coming over, taking temperatures with her measurements and all of that. You know, cute, hilarious moment, all of that. Cynthia Bailey giving us a Teddy moment. You know, didn't that girl over there have that same moment last episode, you know, last season, all of that? Yeah, those moments were cute. I love that Brandon was there for her on the conversation. They had a great chat. And that's it. So I'm wishing all of the ladies the best. I'm wishing all of you the best. Take care. The end of here, my final loves. Thank you all for your love and support. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and leave this video a thumbs up. Also turn on notifications so when I do post, you're aware that I posted. And I will see you all in the comment section. Remember to always have the God bless attitude, which is being positive at all times and seeing the good in every situation. Have a great day, guys. God bless.